Yo, if you are tuning in right now, we appreciate you for tuning in to the Fat Weather Fan channel, man. Like, subscribe, share, leave comments, and guess what? Join the communication, join the conversation. It's your boy C22. Let's get it. Yo, this your boy EC22 of the Fat Weather Fan channel, man. We're in here for another podcast, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday, March the 12th, man. We appreciate you guys. And once again, we got your favorite Philly fan in the house. Fly Eagles fly, and he's already jumping the gun. He got Barkley. Is he in hell, or is that fire emoji? I'm not understanding. You shrugging your shoulders for Barkley or what? I'm not understanding. Okay. All right, then.
Greatness.
Well, greatness. You didn't say that about him last year when he was playing for the Giants, but all of a sudden now because he joined the Eagles, he's greatness. Okay, all right then. You know what that means? You're a
For
fair with a fan.
for the past 2 seasons, I've been drafting him in the first round in all my fantasy football teams. So y'all say I was not a fan of his?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Hence, fair with a fan. We got a lot to cover tonight because we're going to really, really dive into a lot of these free agent stuff. But man, before we do dive into NFL free agency, I just want to jump on over to high school basketball, Texas high school basketball, and give a quick congratulations to our Texas high school division winners. We got class winners. We got Jayton winning state championships in 1A. We got Lipton winning in 2A. We got Hitchcock winning in 3A. We got Oak Cliff Faith Family Academy once again winning another state championships in Class 4A. We got Lancaster High School in 5A and Plano East. I think Plano East went undefeated in 6A, if I'm not mistaken. But man, congratulations to our boys basketball. I didn't get a chance to get the girls because we do appreciate girls sports here on this channel. And speaking of girls sports, let's jump on over to the women's NCAA conference championship. Let's kind of give a quick shout out to them real quick. They are still doing the conference championships that are currently going on right now. But the ones who's been wrapped up, we got the ACC. Notre Dame has won that division. Atlantic 10, Richmond has won that division. Con has won the Big East. Presbyterian has won Big South. The Big 10 was won by Iowa. And, you know, that Caitlin Clark young lady that had a tough game, but they pulled it on out. Green Bay has run the Horizon League. UT Martin has run Ohio Valley. South Carolina run the SEC. If you didn't see that game, it's South Carolina versus the LSU girls and the melee, or it was just basketball pushing and shoving, no big deal. But anyway, Chattanooga won the Southern Conference. We got South Dakota State winning the Summit League. We got Marshall winning Sun Belt. We got Portland winning the West Coast, and the rest of these conferences are still going on. So we'll give you an update next week as we get into the NCAA tournament. We're going to do our pick'ems for the boys and the girls. At least I am. I don't know about Max. Max, are you doing boys and girls pick a tournament challenge, or just doing the boys?
I'm doing both.
Yeah, I do both too, man. It's fun doing the boys and the girls. But the boys are. I haven't really got a chance. I watched a few of the game of the boys, but the girls, because they was all championship on Sunday and Monday, I got a chance to watch those. I got something to say. I y'all won't believe this. On top of watching girls college basketball this weekend, I actually got a chance to watch some NBA basketball. That's crazy. I watched the Mavericks last night. I watched the Lakers the other night. And yeah, I watched a few games. I watched who was that I watched? I watched the Denver Nuggets come back from 22 points down and take out Toronto last night. That was pretty fun. So I mean, but the NBA is what we talked about last week. It is still weird to watch because there's no defenses being played. I mean, Mavericks held their team, Chicago, under 100 points. I think it was like 94, 95 points, whatever they scored, which is the lowest they allowed a point to score all season long. So kudos to the Mavericks and them playing defense. But man, I mean, I got to get used to this high scoring NBA. but that's a conversation for another day. Before we go in the long deep dive into all the trades and all the free agent signings and stuff like that, I want to start this podcast off with the video. And I kind of want to give my opinion about this video. Let's take a look at this video real quick, y'all.
I want to ask both of you.
Yeah.
Because both of you, when you played, you owned sports media, and now you're in sports media. What is it like from your guys' perspective, what we have going on right now?
What people don't understand, like I throw this word out because they need to understand, G14 classification. So if you were great, like a Shaq and a Cam, we have G14 classification.
To say whatever you want.
Yes, because we've been there and we've done that
You know
on
the
high
emotions.
levels.
You know the
Since high school, college, and the pros, we've been there and done that. So when we say something, don't always take it personal. Don't always take it personal. Like he knows how to be a pressured quarterback at the Super Bowl. He knows all that, so he's allowed to speak on that. But a lot of times when he speaks, people get sensitive. A lot of times when I speak, people get sensitive. But you need to understand G14 classification. Now, it's a lot of dudes who have no G14 classification, like Mad Dog. Like, what the f do you know about quarterback? What do you know about being a bit like, so shut the f up, Mad Dog. Stick to the traditional media. When it comes to sports, you don't know what the f you're talking about. I do. See all this writing in the wall? That's me. All he did, that's him. So that's what these players and these people need to understand. We have G14 classification. I could show my badge and have a meeting with the President of the United States because I have G14 classification. That's what y'all need to understand, period. And all you fans, y'all don't know what we know. You don't. You can't watch TV and see some and think you know what we know. You can't do it. It'll never happen.
So, first of all, this is a lot to unpack what Shaquille O'Neal had to say. I don't think, first of all, I don't think he answered the guy's question for one. He just went on attack mode. But, for those who don't know me, man, everybody knows that I'm a Jordan fan. You can tell by the paraphernalia I got in my house that I'm definitely a Jordan fan. I think Jordan is the GOAT. And my second favorite player it's always been Shaquille O'Neal. I think he's the most dominant player in the league history. But this one I had to wrestle with for a moment, Max. First of all, G14 classification is not a real classification.
You know what?
Max?
What he meant to say is, you know how white people have white privilege? He meant to say, this is my sport privilege. This is my sport right.
Okay, there we go. So there we get somewhere. Sports.
That he meant to say, this is my sports privilege.
He said white folk got white privilege. This is Shaquille. That's it, Shaquille. We with you, your sports privilege. But he kept throwing out G14 classification. He was dead serious, like it's a real deal. I mean, to my understanding, G14 classification came from Rush Hour, and it was a botch classification, basically to put Chris Tucker on a babysitting job that was supposed to keep Jackie Chan and Bay from the investigation, but it was a botched or weird classification that wasn't real, and Shaq that made it to be a real deal for journalism or media. He said they got G14 classification. He can go and meet with the president if he want to. And this is my thing, because this has been a thing that's been going on for quite some time about old media versus new media. If you check my YouTube channel, there's a video I put out, old media versus new media. And this is kind of something Draymond Green has started those words, but it's been something that has been brewing long before Draymond, but he actually put it into the words by saying old media versus new media. I appreciate the mainstream media and what it's done, and I appreciate social media because it's given us, the fans, a voice to voice our opinions. Earlier in that conversation, he made a comment and he said that if anybody wanted to listen to Cam, if he wanted to go with somebody about football, he would go to Cam. He wouldn't go to somebody like a Mad Dog or anybody else, or Cam Newton said he wouldn't go to Stephen A if he wanted to know something about a particular sport. And I agree with that. But I think that journalism has its place. I think when it comes down to the mass, I think when it comes down to the network is not biased to a team or a player. So obviously the network has to be the network and see what's going to suit the network needs. And whatever the network wants, the network gets what it gets. So that's why you have network personalities to drive the narrative for the network. Not necessarily a lot of times no particular personality's opinion. It's just what they drive for the network. That's the reason why Stephen A has his own show, because he knows there's certain things he can't say on ESPN that he can say on the Stephen A show on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the ex-players. We get it. You guys can break down the X's and O's of the games. You can tell us the temperature on the floor. You can tell us what guys are really feeling, what's going on in the locker room. You can give us an inside scoop based on your experience. But then again, you have the fans. And I think because the fans, we write all the checks, just truth be told. If we ain't tuning into the network, if we're not playing and going and watching these games, nobody get paid. So to say that we don't know what we're talking about, and I know that's not what Shaq was saying, but to suggest that the fans don't know what we're talking about, I think that's kind of ludicrous to say at best. What up, Lou? Thanks for watching, man. But this, Max, what are your thoughts about the totality of this video, other than what you said about sports privilege?
This kind of proves that there is some sort of script written in, because if you're talking about you got top tier talents that only get type of privileges, then that just tells me there is some truth to narratives and stuff the media is pushing with the league. But at the same time, it's like, why are you going out here emotionally talking about this stuff? Be collective and prepare your thoughts before you go on there, because you do not want to slip up and then the whole sport cancels you because you slipped up,
Right.
Type of deal.
I think that Charles Barkley has been completely open and upfront about who he like and who he don't like as relate to the space of media, particularly one Skip Bayless. Obviously Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, they're over at Warner. They work for TNT, and then of course Skip Bayless works for Fox, and then the person who's Shaq name, or Chris Mad Dog Russo, works for ESPN. And these guys, if you ever watch Mad Dog Russo, he is hilarious, but he's kind of, to me, he's like the white version of Stephen A, or Stephen A is the white version of him. They both have a strong personality. They both can be funny, and they can both be completely right, and then they also can be completely wrong. It's just their perspective on how they see it. But there's a lot of energy that Mad Dog brings, and he's fun to watch. Obviously, Mad Dog must have said something that he didn't like about Shaq, or he didn't choose Shaq in some other category, and then Shaq take it personal. If you watch Shaq enough, that's the one thing that kind of irritates me a little bit. And like I say, this is my second favorite player. Irritates me is that sometimes he does the Chuck a lot. When he started talking about, he always proves his point by throwing out what somebody else don't have. He can completely, it's his opinion, it's pinging. Yes, it's pinging. Chuck may say something, oh, Chuck, you don't got a ring like me and Kenny. Oh, well, you was the other. I was an all-star and I was a superstar. You know what I'm saying? He always throw this stuff out there. And now it's like, oh, I'm the players. We know we have all the right answers. Everybody else don't have the right answers. It's like, man, come on. I mean, with the fans, we love going into the break room and having these conversations with each other, right? And then if you ask me a question, who I'd rather talk sports with, you or Shaquille O'Neal, I would choose you, because I know where that conversation is going to go with Shaquille O'Neal. I won't get a word across. It will be a situation like, shut up, you know what you're talking about, move on next. But you and I, we can go back and forth, and we can, collaborate on information or debate it or one. But I love it from the fan standpoint. Go ahead, Max.
Also, we do this every season where we look at players and automatically we see them not do 100% or be 100%. We automatically know, oh, they're injured and stuff. Oh, they're dealing with an injury. They deny everything. And then right at the end of the season, when all said is done, oh, yes, I was dealing with this injury. Oh, I've been dealing with this injury since week this, week that. It's like, bro, we already knew this.
Right.
You don't have to hide that from us. I'm like, it's cool you're hiding this from your competitors, but at the same time, it's like your competitors already know this guy's not coming at me at 100% because I'm watching film. This isn't the same guy I saw last year or the previous week. So it's like, there's no point in hiding injuries, man.
Right. And like I said, that is from the fan perspective, but the thing about it,
Mhm.
we get stuff in media, the mainstream media, just like everybody else. So we're all chopping up and talking about the same information, and everybody has an opinion. I don't care if you're an NBA grade or if you're the cat down in the basement, saying on your laptop talking sports who's never played any type of sports. We all have an opinion in this thing because we have rights and opinion. But if I were to try to clean up what Shaquille O'Neal had to say, I get that sometimes the mainstream media guys do promote their personality over their info. They have to promote who they are, and then sometimes they get things wrong. I think sometimes they jump the gun and then they just do stuff. Also want to say that there are some fans who sometimes can get a little bit of out of bounds when it comes to the players. They can get overcritical. They can critique players unfairly. So I'm hoping that's the position that Shaquille O'Neal, my second favorite player, is going with. But he said that we can't sit back and watch TV and say we know the game. We know the game from a TV perspective. I don't know it from the 30-yard line or the free throw line of an NBA hardwood basketball court, right? I know it from a recreational center and from my couch. And we like to see
Right.
what we got to see. You know what I'm saying? We like to see
The
what we
only-
see.
The only thing we don't know is the organization, how everything is ran. Other than that, we see everything else.
Right. Because you're talking about, especially when it comes down to basketball, right? Like I said weeks ago, that there are more people playing basketball non-professional than there are professional. You know what I'm saying? There are more games being played than the 82 games we have in NBA season across the United States. Every gym, every church that has a gym, every workplace like my job that has a gym, recreation center, YMCAs. There's people I will go on to say there are millions of people playing basketball right now as we speak. And even when this NBA season is over, there are still people still playing basketball. And there are all types of tournaments going on right now. You have the PSA League up here in North Texas. So, I mean, there's so much basketball. And like you said, because we don't know it from a professional NBA team standpoint, hardwood is hardwood. You know what I'm saying? We all play it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to deal with the politics. We ain't got to deal with contract negotiations and stuff like that. We ain't got to deal with team chemistry. We go up, we sign our board, or we say we got next, and we ball until it's time to go home. Straight up, basketball in its purest form. Anywhere last words on this media beef that's been going on? We talked about Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Now we're dealing with Shaq and Mad Dog, and Shaq versus all forms of media other than himself or whatever. I don't know. What do you got to add to this?
Take a book out of Marshawn Lynch's book and just stay quiet, man.
Hey, man, we need to go ahead and jump on into this free agent stuff because as we speak, there's been some thing that's been going on.
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and let Lewis jump on. The Eagles signed C.J. Johnson for a 3-year deal for $33 million. What?
Yes, sir.
Steelers have traded away wide receiver Deontay Johnson to the Carolina Panthers. Ooh, wait. This has been a real fun. Let's free agent. You have your tracker up.
I know where the key names went.
So I'm gonna start. So I got the internet right now. I got the current NFL tracker up right now, free agency tracker. So we're gonna go down and team by team and just kind of evaluate what's going on. Starting with the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills. They went and got Mitch Trubisky, signed him to a 2-year, $5 million deal. They got about $8 million altogether, $2 million in guaranteed money. They got offensive tackle Deion Dawkins. They agreed to a $60 million extension, so that's pretty good for him. David Edwards agreed to a 2-year extension. AJ Espinoza re-signing for $20 million. Daquan Jones, Nicholas Morrow, Cam Lewis, and Taylor Reap, whatever. So I don't know where they got good at. I mean, they look like they beefed up their linemen, so that's a good deal is what they need. I guess they're gonna go with their current running back and then signing Mr. Trubisky, I mean, as a backup. I don't know. They let go Gabe Davis, so they didn't. I don't know. What do you give this grade?
I give him a C because they didn't address like positions that are really in dire need. Like you got running back position, you need help. You need to
Yeah,
help. You need to help your wide receiver group. Stephon Diggs that past season said he wanted out. Why? Because he's the only pass option they truly have in the passing game.
yeah, and they just got rid of Gabe Davis, so they let him walk, so that's crazy.
Exactly.
So I'm
It-
with you. That's like I would give it a C plus though. I don't think it's all is lost because I don't think all is lost. We're gonna wait till the draft to figure out what do they do. And there's
Mhm.
still some free agency left going on. Miami Dolphins, they didn't really do anything that I
They
see worth
lost too much.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I ain't know since me I mean, I like the fact that they Shaq Barrett, you know what I'm saying, got him a 1-year contract for $9 million. Other than that, I don't see anything worth mentioning. I mean, Jordan Brooks signed a $30 million contract. New England Patriots, they got a lot going on. They are really, really, really trying. I mean, there's a lot going on. Jacoby Brissett, we don't know if he's going to be the starter or not because they're going to obviously get a quarterback out of the draft, but that is a good start. That is a good start for them. And they also re-signed one of the backup quarterbacks, Nathan Rourke, whatever. Antonio Gibson was the big steal for them. Big steal for them. I like that. Uh, I mean, Kendrick Bourne, okay. Jalen Rieger, they signed him to a 1-year deal. I'm not a fan of Jalen Rieger, but I do like Hunter Henry, the tight end, getting him back. And then all these offensive linebackers and tackles they got. I mean, Mike Onwee, they got him for 57 millions. Tyron Whitley Jr., he re-signed the Patriots. They got edge rusher Josh Oche. I mean, they've been building up around their linebacker. They got Christian Ellis, Siano Taki. I would give them a B plus. Only because we got to figure out what the quarterback situation gonna be.
So that's what I was getting to. To me, it sounds like they got two options at this point. One, they draft someone, or they go out and grab Justin Fields, man.
Ooh wee. Lewis said, "What is the biggest prize to us so far?" It's simple. The Cowboys ain't done nothing. That is the biggest surprise, Luke. Cowboys have not done anything but lose players so far. So and miss out on players. I don't know what they're doing. All we revealed in due time. And Dak is going through some goddamn legal situations. So we don't know how it's going to pay out how it's going to pan out when he's getting re-signed. I don't know. Moving on to the Jets. Tyrod Taylor going to the Jets. But we know the Jets are hitting the reset button. So the players are at it right now is only make what they have strong. They're going to hit the reset button, going to get a healthy Aaron Rodgers back. So we're going to see the team next year we supposed to saw last year. So no need to go with that team. AFC North, God, dog. Oh, Derrick Henry. Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry. I'm not even going to Justin, their defensive lineman, Justin Matabuke signed a big contract. So those are the big things over there. Nelson Aguilar going over as a receiver in. I mean, it's gonna be the running. You got Derrick Henry, you got Lamar Jackson, you still got the young kid over there. I mean, yeah, whatever. Bengals, Zach Moss. How do you let Joe Nixon walk? Running backs are becoming a dime a dozen. They don't want to pay for him, so they let Joe Nixon walk, and you're gonna get a lesser guy who didn't have to pay a whole lot of money for. They got him for what at $4 million. Zach Moss, who's gonna be good. They franchise tag T Higgins. Now he wants out. I thought
Mhm.
T Higgins was a restricted free agent this year or non-restricted. Wait, I think he had to be a restricted free agent.
Yeah, he was restricted until they
Uh,
French tagged him, and as soon as he
oh,
got French tagged, he demanded a trade.
man, that's crazy. Jared Judy going to the Browns. What in the world? That is nothing but Broncos trying to offload their troubles. They still got a long ways to go. So I get that. It don't surprise me for for the Browns, but it just Broncos. They got more to unload.
There's
Pittsburgh.
also
Oh,
there's
go ahead.
also a rumor. There's also rumors going around that Cleveland Browns might be interested in trading for Zach Wilson.
Okay, moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't, there. Okay, wow. Okay, it must come from cheap. Linebacker Patrick Queen signed a 3-year, $40 million deal, and Russell Wilson is now over in Pittsburgh. And I kind of predicted or believed that was the best spot for him. Max, what do you think about this whole situation
Uh,
with Wilson?
no, I'm not worried about that. That defense is gonna be tough with Patrick Queen. That
Yeah,
I wanted my Eagles to get Patrick Queen, so I feel pretty mad that our Penn State rival is grabbing the player I wanted my team to grab.
yeah. This was the best move for Russell Wilson to go play with Mike Tomlin. It's just the best move for him. Um, Now, because Russell Wilson now with only getting paid a few pennies from Pittsburgh, getting all his money from the Broncos, he's going to go out there and he's going to have to fight for a job. It ain't like a situation where you pay a quarterback millions of dollars and he's guaranteed starting. You got to live with it. We'll live with it, right? If Russell Wilson still got it left in the tank, Mike Tomlin's going to make him earn that spot. There's nothing going to be given to him, and I love it. I love it. I love it for that reason alone. For that reason alone. And if it works out, it works out. But this is not a situation where you think, oh, the Pittsburgh Steelers got a chance of winning the Super Bowl. I mean, well, there's a percentage of a chance, like all 32 teams, right? But ain't like we gonna go to Vegas and throw clear our whole savings and throw it on it, right? No, not even close. But I just like it for Russell Wilson to go play with, because he stands on business. He believes in what he believes, and Mike Tomlin is a philosophy guy. So whatever philosophy that Russell Wilson has that didn't click with Sean Payton, I think that Mike Tomlin is a coach that can kind of understand and at least coach from his understanding of who Russell is and who Russell wants to be. And we all know it. Faith, family, football in that order. AFC South, the Houston Texans. They get Joe Mixon. They re-signed Dalton Schultz. They got a lot of things that's going on. I mean, God, dog. They even signed the kicker, Keami Fairbairn, to a deal. So they're trying to, that team is going to be tough to beat. They got a lot of movement going on. AZ, Alice Shearer, whatever his name is, Mike Ford. They're going to be looking pretty good. But I think getting Joe Mixon is pretty good for them. And obviously re-signing Dalton Schultz definitely was a must for them to keep him. And then everybody else just filling in the slots. What do you think about them? Oh, sorry, Cleveland Browns, I give them a D. Pittsburgh Steelers, I give them a C- for right now. But they would have, they ain't been made but 2 moves right now. And AFC South, I give them A-. Houston Texans, I give them A-.
Dude, I get the Houston.
Let's go back. You had we gave the Jets both a C. You gave Baltimore a B. Cincinnati. What we give Cincinnati?
I would give him a C- for being inactive and being cheap.
I'll give them a B- because they managed to get Mike Gesicki, so and T. Higgins, even though they franchise tagged them. So hopefully they'll do them right. Cleveland Browns, I gave them a D. The Pittsburgh, I gave them a C. Moving on to Houston, you gave Houston a what?
I'm giving Houston an A, man.
You gonna give them an A? What I give? I get an A. I get an A-. Okay.
I love the Joe Mixon. I love that move, man.
That's just crazy. Indianapolis Colts, they did what they supposed to do, and they kept Michael Pittman Jr., gave him the money. Anthony Richards should come back healthy. And I love this. I'm gonna give them. I'm going to give Indianapolis Colts an A for this reason. Anthony Richards was your franchise quarterback you drafted. Gardner Minshew came in and took over. They let Gardner Minshew go to the Raiders. Even after injury, they're still believing in Anthony Richardson. I'm giving A for that alone, for being loyal to the guy they picked up. I'm giving an A just because of that. And I think they're going to be an all right team.
I'm going to give them a B-. They should beefed up that offensive line, man.
They're gonna
Protect
do it.
that
They're gonna.
protect that quarterback, man.
Yeah, they haven't got any. There's a lot of. They haven't got anybody in the trade, but I think the offense. They'll get something in draft. I don't think the offensive line is that bad because I mean Gardner Minshew showed out. But I gave them A. You gave them a B minus. B minus or B plus? B minus.
B minus.
Okay. Jacksonville. Mac Jones. For that alone, they get a D. No, just play. They got Mac Jones, Gabe Davis over there, and then they got a couple of 2-year extensions and stuff like that. I don't like the fact that they franchise tag Josh Allen, but he's getting ready to get paid. He's going to get paid $24 million, so it's not like it's a bad deal. But why not? That's the best player you got on your squad. That's. I don't know how to feel about that.
I give him a B because they lost Calvin Ridley, and I do not know
Yeah.
who their wide receivers are.
Gabe Davis. Yeah. 3-year,
Yeah,
$30 million deal.
Trevor Lawrence is gonna be struggling, man. Though Peterson has a lot to work with.
But they went. They got Blake Hance. They signed him into an extension. They didn't say how much, and they got Ezra Cleveland, an offensive guard, to a 3-year deal, $28 million, $14 guaranteed. And then they got a center agreed to a 2-year, $10 million. That's not man. He must not be that good. Just what I ain't mad, but that's what he got, Mitch Morris, unless he's just an underpaid guy. They really haven't really done a whole lot to this squad. You Calvin, you game Gabe, haven't done a whole lot. I'll give them a D as well. Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna give them a big fat F because this is the starter. Everybody knows this is a start over season for them. So there's nothing they're gonna because they're not gonna make any major moves. I mean, hey, you went got Tony Pollard, who didn't have a great, but you let Derrick Henry go, obviously, for obvious reason, but letting him go they're starting over. They're starting over. So ain't no sense in dealing with Tennessee right now. AFC West, Denver Broncos. They're gonna go ahead.
You lost your quarterback. You lost your number one wide receiver. You have a bunch of holes on defense. You have no identity on offense or defense. Sean Payton, I don't know why you came back from retirement, but you should stay retired because you're going to be stressed to the F out in Denver.
They found a fullback, Michael Borden, to a 1-year deal, undisclosed amount of money. They found a defensive lineman, Malcolm Roach, to a 2-year, $8 million deal. Safety Brandon Jones signed a 3-year deal, undisclosed amount of money. Safety PJ Locke re-signed for 2 years, $7 million. Kicker Will Lutz re-signed Denver after initially planning to sign with the Jaguars. He put undisclosed amount of money. They ain't got no money. They still got players they need to let go of and give on their salary cap. They're gonna have to eat Russell Wilson, but God, dog, they're struggling. They are definitely struggling. So they get an F because they rebuilding. Kansas City, tight end Eric Smith signed a 1-year deal. Chris Jones, they showed me the money, they gave it to him. 5-year, $158 million, $100 guaranteed. Linebacker Drew Tranquil re-signed for $19 million. L'Jarius Sneed, I like that. Received the franchise tag him, which is probably the smartest move out of any of your team to franchise tag a cornerback. I like that. So with this squad and them being the favorite and there being the destination spot for a lot of these unrestricted free agents, I give them an A. Because they got it. They got the deal done with their top player. You signed that man. That man held out and he bet on himself. He showed job last year and he got his money. Good job for Kansas City for showing this man the money.
I give
What's
him
your
a
grade?
B. I give him a
God.
B. That you pay your players. Good job. Now shows what you can do with the money you got. There's a lot of teams out there that were able to maneuver and get everyone they needed. and all you did
They
was
showed you
just
what they do without the money. They just won the Super Bowl. They showed you what they do without the money. So I'm led to believe that with the money, he's the same guy. This is Chris Jones. If it was a running back, maybe, but this is Chris Jones. This man is in the trenches. So yeah, he's gonna be the exact same guy with the money. In my opinion, but you gave him a B, I gave him an A. We can let sleeping dogs lie there. Gardner Minshew, quarterback of the new Las Vegas Raiders, not understanding that whole move. Amir Abdullah, re-signed running back. Obviously, he actually did pretty good in the beginning of the season before they, I think he's a good replacement for Josh Jacob. Andre James re-signed for 3 years, $24 million. That's the center, 16 guaranteed. Defensive line, Christian Wilkins. That is the biggest thing for them, is getting this thing done between Christian Wilkinson, $110 million, 85 guaranteed money. That is the best thing. They still need to address their offensive situation, but I think this is a good start for their defense by getting that done. They're pretty much the same so far. I mean, they need a quarterback, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do something out of the draft. So right now they get a B- for this.
I actually give him the B plus. They beefed up that
B+.
defense. Now all you have to do is address your offense in the draft.
Yeah. The Chargers haven't done anything yet, so they get an F. Haven't really made it. Gus Edwards as a running back. Austin Eckler's gone. Gus Edwards, that ain't really doing too much. Will Disley signed as the tight end. They had haven't done too much. East.
It's going
Cowboys.
last.
It's going last? Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll do the NFC's last.
Okay, NFC North. Chicago Bears. DeAndre Swift goes over there. They got offensive lineman Ryan Bates. They acquired from the Bills in exchange for Chicago's 24 fifth-round pick. The trade does not become official until so they gave him away for basically a bag of Skittles. Gerald Everett signed for $12 million. Cornerback Jalen Johnson re-signed for $76 million for the Bears. They're beefing up their defense. Cornerback, safeties they're signing. So I ain't even mad, but we know what they need.
I can't give them a grade until we see what they do with that number 1 pick, man.
So if it is, fair enough.
And so you know who the face of the franchise is, you will always get an F, man. No matter what you do, who's gonna make you win or lose, it's gonna be that for face of the franchise.
I agree. The Detroit Lions get an A+ so far because they did what a team like this is supposed to do. They trust their offense, but they got all they edge rusher, Marcus Davenport, 1-year deal, undisclosed amount of money. They got a linebacker, Jalen Reeves, agreed to a 2-year extension worth $8 million. Cornerback, Carlton Davis. Cornerback, Emmanuel Mosley. Cornerback, Amik Robertson. So they got all these deals done. They re-signed, got some guys. They required Carlton Davis from the Buccaneers, along with a 6th-round pick, 24 and 25, and in exchange for a 3rd-round pick. So they got enough for a bag of Skittles, but at the end of the day, they beefing up and adding to their defense core. So, yeah, I like what they're doing. And they got a guard to protect their quarterback. So, inside a 2-year, $20 million deal. So, I'm good on that. I give them an A for that. What do you think?
I'll give him a B for now, but it could turn into an A if they invest in the trenches on defense. I want to see that defensive front be run stoppers and everything, man.
Fair enough. Green Bay Packers, Josh Jacobs, you sign him. Tyler Davis, Corey Ballantyne, Keeson Nixon. I don't know what to think about Green Bay. They really didn't do anything besides you traded running backs, Aaron Jones for Josh Jacobs. I like Aaron Jones better than I like Josh Jacobs, but we'll see what it's going to do on that.
Honestly, I saw the news yesterday. Oh, sweet. They got Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones. 2 minutes later, they plan on trading. What the hell, man? It's going to be a 1-2 punch. Now it's just going to be a one-dimensional type deal. I'm like, damn. All they did was get younger at running back and cheaper.
Basically, yeah. Minnesota Vikings. Mm. Sam Darnold signed a 10-year, 1 year, $10 million deal, $88 million guarantee. Running back Aaron Jones agreed to a 1 year, $7 million deal. Brandon Powell re-signed. Tommy Motor re-signed. Offensive tackle David Queensberry re-signed. Edge rusher Jonathan Gennard signed a 4-year, $76 million contract. I appreciate that. Edge rusher Andrew Von Gickel signed a 2-year contract. Linebacker Blake Cashman signed a 3-year contract worth $25 million. And not to mention a kicker. So you got defense. You got a few offensive weapons with Aaron Jones, Brandon Powell, and Johnny Munt, whatever his name.
I'm
It's
gonna get
Sam Darnold. They started. Go, you about to get emotional?
I'm about to get emotional and say this. Justin Jefferson, get the F out of there because we do not want I do not want to see a repeat of Johnson when he was with the Detroit Lions. The dude retired
Yeah,
because he was tired of not winning. I do not want the same thing for you. You retire and you
right.
don't enjoy your true greatness because you're hindered by your quarterback play.
That well said. Well said. Hopefully they will get something out of the draft. Because clearly, the free agency quarterbacks all go. I mean, we never know. Justin Fields, they still got to figure out what they want to do with him. I don't know. NFC North, I give them a C minus. No, I take that back. I give them a D minus.
Fair enough.
Kirk Cousins, $180 million, $50 million signing bonus. He got 100 of that 80 guarantee money. He's going to get paid up front $90 million combined for the 24-25 season, which puts Atlanta in a good spot to where if he don't show well in these next 2 seasons, they don't be one to dealing with Denver Broncos situation. So, but I don't think Kirk Cousins is what they need. I know they didn't like Desmond Ritter. So you don't go back to the draft and create a quarterback, but this is the guy is he the best quarterback, non-franchise quarterback out there or free agent quarterback out there is the question.
Yes, he was.
Okay. Fair enough.
I actually love the move. He's going to a weak division. The only
True that.
the only team you're competing with is Tampa Bay, and we saw what they did in free agency. So all he has is Tampa Bay. He has the best wide receiver core in that division. You got Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London, and you have Bijan Robinson as your running back. That offense is good. It's gonna be great, but my concern is gonna be on the defensive side because we all saw Falcons just let people run all over them, throw all over and beat them in all kinds of ways. So it's that defense that's scary to me. That defense is gonna mess it all up for that team.
With this signing, you know what this signing tells me? That I believe they had their eyes set on Justin Fields. But you don't wait till the draft to figure that out. You don't wait to a team that got exclusive right to him to trade him. You don't want to trade up too much to get him because obviously if they do and go get Caleb Williams, they're not going to let Justin Fields go for cheap. And it's one of those situations where it's like, you know what? If he is the best quarterback, free agent quarterback out there, you might as well go ahead and sign him because you're not going to get a chance. You don't want to take your chances in the draft because you already did that with Desmond Ritter and it didn't work out. So it makes sense from that standpoint. I'm just not a fan of Kirk Cousins. That's why I gave him a D. But that's just that. You know, I don't really like this Atlanta Falcon team. I don't even necessarily trust Bijan Robinson. That just truth be told. So my thoughts could be completely biased. I mean, because just looking at the little Falcon, just don't like him. I don't even like the little black Falcon. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, Bijan Robinson was in the same situation Saquon Barkley was with the Giants.
Yeah.
The whole offense ran through him, and you saw what happens.
To a rookie, that's stupid. Carolina Panthers, they ain't really done nothing. They re-signed their offensive guard to 5-year, $100 million deals, which is pretty good on that. On the other offensive guard, they spent a 4-year, $53 million deal. So they're putting somebody in front of the quarterback over there, in front of Bryce Young. So I ain't mad. I don't like it, but I ain't mad. We're gonna wait to the draft on them. They got what they got their guard situation, they got their protection situated. So let's see what happens. I mean, let's see what happens. I think, yeah, getting these two guards is going to really, really protect the young man. So I still can't wait to see. And on top of that, being able to get some other key players. New Orleans, they ain't really done nothing but sign Tyrann Mathieu. So Willie Gay Jr., nothing. I mean, Demario Davis, nothing. And so Tampa Bay, this is a hot tick right here. Hot tick. Baker Mayfield, Tampa, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, they got those deal done. How did this happen? How was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers able to keep Baker and and Mike Evans? I don't understand this.
I don't either, but it seems like Mike Evans really didn't want to leave, so he signed a team-friendly deal. We already knew Baker Mayfield didn't want to leave because he's a starter there. There's not that many teams out there that he could be a starter for, so just take whatever they give you.
Earlier part of the season, I made a comment that said that Mike Evans was not happy in Tampa Bay, and him and Baker Mayfield wasn't getting along. And obviously, both of them proved me wrong. They both went ahead and committed to their team, and they're going to try it again next year. So we'll see.
And they got lucky on a playoff game.
Yeah, so I'll give them a B- for what they did right now. NFC West, Arizona haven't really done anything. Nothing to go there. The Los Angeles Rams haven't really done anything. Kobe Parkinson signed a 3-year deal. Offensive guard Kevin Dotson re-signed for $48 million, 3-year, $48 million. Other than that, Darius Williams, cornerback, signed. Ain't really nothing else going on there. Chargers gonna be the exact same team they were last year. Simple. They get a new offensive coordinator, so we're gonna see. San Francisco, they didn't need much, and so they didn't do much as this far. But Anderson dealing with Sanders, there's no big major issues coming out of San Francisco. Seahawks haven't done anything that's worth talking about. Defensive end Leonard Williams re-signed 3-year, $64 million. Going back up to the final conversation of the day is the NFC East, starting with the goddamn Cowboys. And
Hey,
go ahead.
that's what the Cowboys did in free agency, guys.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. They didn't do
They
anything.
stayed quiet.
Still staying quiet. And that's like Lou said. What is the biggest surprise to y'all so far? The only team that haven't done it. What is I don't know. They re-signed Trent Sieg for re-signing on a free agent deal. I don't even know what that is. Who is Trent Sieg? I've never heard of him. Sieg, I don't even know who that guy is. The Giants. You go from Matt Jones to Drew Luck. Wow. You go from, I mean, they really didn't have a strong running back, but they got Devin Singletary on the free agent deal. Isaiah McKenzie, I think I like him. Jermaine Jermaine, their offensive tackle, I think he's decent. John Runyon signed a free agent deal. Brian Burns, they acquired him from the Panthers for a bag of Skittles. So they really haven't done too much.
A bag of Skittles? Hell no. A 5-year for 150 million with 87.5 million guaranteed. That's a lot of money.
I'm sorry, it was blurred out on my computer. All I saw was exchange for a fifth round for second 24 and fourth and fifth round picks. Okay, there. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I misspoke. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, 150 million.
They opened the bank for him, man.
But the defense wasn't the problem. Offense was the problem. but they know they're gonna get all the offensive weapons from the draft. They know that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Washington Commanders, Marcus Mariota, Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz, guard Nick Allegretti, center
It,
Tyler Biadasz, whatever his name is. They got a lot of moves they making over here, but nothing real big. I mean, Zach Ertz is getting old. Austin Eckler, well, the offensive coordinator they got, Austin Eckler can fit in that offense. So that's a good thing. But Marcus Mariota is not a starting quarterback.
because they're going to be drafting one. They're preparing that offense for the rookie they're going to draft with that number 2 pick unless they move up to number 1.
Okay. Amen. And last but not least on the list is none other than the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll let you take it away. You got Saquon Barkley, $37 million. Tight end, Albert Olawood. I can't pronounce his name. Albert OK. I'm gonna call that, signed to a 1-year extension. Austin Gordon, Lander Dickerson, a 4-year, $84 million extension. Max value $87 million and includes $5 million guaranteed. Edge rusher Brandon Graham, you re-signed him to a 1-year deal. Edge rusher Bryce Huff signed for a 3-year, $51 million deal. Linebacker Julian, the other OK, signed to a free agent deal. Cornerback Chauncey Gardner, CJ Gardner Johnson, we just saw that a while ago, signed a 3-year deal worth $30 million. And you got a couple other 1-year, 2-year extensions from Rick Levedo and Brandon Mann. Okay. Edge, linebacker, cornerback. Y'all got your defense that much stronger. You signed your tight end. We signed him to an extension. You got your guard situations handled. Saquon Barkley, running back. He's better than what y'all had last year. But the biggest question that we want to know, have y'all figured out your prima donna situation at wide receiver?
He's still there, so yes, we have.
Justin, quarterback Patrick Mahomes restructured his current contract to create what? No.
Who are they going after is the question.
No. We don't restructure contract. We don't save them money. No, I get it. I get it. Patrick Mahomes, he's a company man. He got a long contract anyway. I get it. He restructured contract, saved 21 worth of cap space. Wow. The commitment.
Patrick, if you want a wide receiver, give us some money back so we can get you one. Okay, here you go.
Wow.
That's how it went down.
Who would you give them? Which one would you give them?
Trade for Justin Jefferson, man.
No, I'm talking about they're not going to they don't have the money to get Justin Jefferson.
It depends. Minnesota gave him a contract. Minnesota pays more than half of all those guarantees and stuff. They could easily make it work.
But it's Minnesota. That's the one team you're not going to trade to is Kansas City. Because who you going to get for him? Who you going to get for him? You going to give your draft picks for him? Because you're not. They don't. Who?
Crazier things have happened. Look at my team over the last 2-3 years. All those people we got basically for free.
But
we
y'all team ain't running. Y'all team ain't reigning Super Bowl champion. This is the 2-time defending champions. They don't have nothing to trade for. They don't have nothing. There's nothing to give up. I mean, I like the notion though, but like I say, if that's like KD going to goddamn Golden State for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's where the NBA gets it wrong, but the NFL don't make those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I would love to see Justin Jefferson over there, I would love to see him over to play with Patrick Mahomes. That would be awesome to see. But for y'all guys, you guys got 2 prima donnas at wide receiver core. Who would you give up if they was going to Kansas City? AJ Brown or the other guy?
AJ Brown, Keith Devontae Smith, man.
What about the other guy?
Oh yeah, and we signed
Julio,
Julio Jones is already out.
where he's going? He's not resigning anybody yet.
I think he retired.
He retired. Oh,
Hmm
well, that's what they gonna get out of retirement, Julio Jones. But that,
Shit,
yeah,
we signed Parker as a wide receiver.
but $24 million worth of cap space. So obviously, they add to whatever they had left of cap space. They're going to have to put that, in my opinion, on a wide receiver. You know, ooh, that's worth the conversation right there. But no, I'm gonna say it. I appreciate you, Patrick Mahomes, for being a company man and restructuring your contract for the betterment of the team. But I have to let you know that if you choose, or anybody in your family choose to watch this podcast, these companies are not loyal to the players. So I don't think we should be loyal to them. Just ask Russell Wilson. I know Russell Wilson didn't live up to expectation, but at the end of the day, he had a contract that benefited himself just in case things don't work out. And when a coach come and asks the guy to restructure, to take away his injury clause out of his contract, otherwise, you're going to be bench threatening him like that. That says a lot. Now, I know there's a difference between Andy Reid and Coach Sean Payton, but at the end of the day, you know, there has to be some complete, true, verified loyalty that you guys have with the organization to make this type of move. I always bet on the player. The player need to bet on themselves, and restructuring contract to sit free of cap space, to me, just don't make any sense. From a business standpoint, the Patrick Mahomes Incorporation, especially since you did it without having all the help. You just won the championship. So if this the definition of all in that we talked about on Faith Talk Radio, Faith Sports Radio the other day, if this is a definition of all in, then that's what it is. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know.
He's trying to do what Tom Brady was doing in New England, trying to just get himself some help by restructuring his deal and making more money available.
Yeah. I don't know, because you fight hard to get the deal that you want, and then you restructure it. Lewis about to make it make sense to him. Let's see what he got to say. I'm over here. I'm probably farting on myself right now. That's yeah, it should capture the attention of Dak. Yeah, but there is no loyalty in Jerry Jones, and we know that. If Dak Prescott got any loyalty, showed to him by the Cowboy organization, I'm not talking about the loyalty to keep him. I'm talking about the loyalty to put pieces around him to win, the loyalty to go out there to win, the loyalty to do whatever it takes, the loyalty to not put business over wins. You know, that type of loyalty, the loyalty with his teammates and their family members, you know what I'm saying? A loyalty that shows that Jerry Jones come out and speak up against those family members who are trashing this guy in the media. You know what I'm saying? That type of loyalty. The loyalty to not have this man contracts hanging in the balance like he did the last time he was up for contract negotiation. That type of loyalty. So therefore, it's like, yeah. That should restructure that I have free up space. But what? Jerry Jones ain't going to spend the money no way. Right now, they currently did nothing.
Right.
You know?
And that Prescott would have restructured his contract and gave him an extra 20, 30 mil. I guarantee you it wasn't going to be going to Derrick Henry at all.
Right, exactly. Jerry Jones has not paid a luxury tax that I can remember. Jerry Jones has not signed key pieces. He signed popular pieces, getting Zeke done, getting Dak done. But you talking about those other small pieces that are the pieces of the puzzle, he haven't done a whole lot. And if he did, then you toil with the emotions of the fan as well as the organization to get it done. It's like show commitment by doing things right away, showing if you're going to come out and say you're all in. And as of right now, here it is, you know, saying tomorrow, when we get these contracts signed and done tomorrow at 4 p.m., y'all haven't made any moves, but you say you're all in. I'm just. So I mean, no, Lou. I bet on the players. I really bet on the players. I think the players go out there and get the contracts they want, and if they restructure their contract to free up cap space for the organization, that's their prerogative. But at the end of the day, why fight so hard to get a contract just to restructure it? Just to make no sense to me. But that's my 2 cents, and because my job, I ain't restructuring my contract. They don't come and tell me take it out. I'm sorry.
Or either that or be a team player like LeBron and get you the in-season tournament trophy so all your young guys can get paid.
Look, we're talking about if you're a free agent and you're taking less money, I get it because you're intentionally going and say, you know what, I've had enough. I don't need that much. But we're talking about the contract that you wanted to get. Y'all sat across each other on tables, getting these deals done. And then now you're like, oh, let me help this team out by restructuring my deal. I just have a hard time accepting that. From the player perspective, I don't care if you are Patrick Mahomes, the face of the NFL. At the end of the day, if you were any other player, they wouldn't have shown that same loyalty to you. I'm not saying, be disloyal to your team because, for that reason, but I'm just saying that's the idea because they don't know what the collective is going to be down the line when they sign these big, long contracts like he did. They don't know. Let's see what Lou had to say. Stephen Jones is all about winning through the draft, developing players and retaining their own players while bargain hunting players to fill priority spots. If this practice will keep, exactly. And that's the problem. It's a business. That's why I say he wants to promote business over win because big business is market. You know what I'm saying? Market share. You know what I'm saying? How much you can gain at the least cost to you. You know what I'm saying? And in an election year, every major corporation, even smaller corporations, are trying to figure out how can we reduce costs. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of money is going on campaign trails. Right now, our economy is is weird right now. And so, businesses are not making the money that they used to make. And so now they're trying to cut costs to help their market share. You know what I'm saying? To help their stocks and stuff like that. The overall number to meet their quotas or whatever. And I get it. But when it comes down to sports, you guys got billions of dollars. And you have a set amount of money that you can spend on players. So at this point, if you have a set amount of money you can spend on players, why go under that? Why look to go under that? You see what I'm saying? Because you're talking about this is dealing with people and their emotions. If I'm up for a contract negotiation and I gotta wait till the beginning of a season to get one, mentally, I the whole summer, whole training camp, you've been the enemy for the lack of better words. You've been my main business, and I don't feel comfortable. Now all of a sudden, now the season has started. I haven't been able to practice with my team. I haven't had to build a camaraderie. Now I got to come out here and play this game with the guys I love, but with an organization I don't know if truly faithful to me. See, that's the stuff that the Cowboys be doing. All this other stuff we've been seeing now ever since a couple of days ago where these teams are getting these things signed, that's the loyalty. Anybody that Cowboys sign from this day going forward, how do you trust the Cowboys? You can wait this long to sign me? And there really ain't a whole lot left out there. So truth be told, so they're going to bet on things. And like I say, Lou said, in a small market or in the draft, stuff like that, so they can pay less these players. I mean, the Cowboys going to try to go get a running back out of the draft. All right, then. That's my rant. If there was ever one, that's my rant. I mean, I ranted on Shaquille O'Neal talking like, see, Shaq, this is what the fans are looking at. Now, the players on the gridiron, they probably see it from a very different vantage point. But as fans on YouTube and Facebook and X formerly known as Twitter, listen, we don't like this. And if our critique of what the professionals are doing is if you take that personal, so what? Because we the ones that buy the jerseys and turn on the TV and go to those stadiums. We put money in the account so y'all get those checks cut. So don't throw away our opinion because you played the game. So that's my rant for the Fat Weather Fan channel. Max, what are your final thoughts as we close out this? Because I think I just got upset with Patrick Mahomes.
Thank you to the Cowboys for handing us the NFC East this season.
Well, Yeah, for right now, because they handed to y'all last year and y'all didn't do it right. Y'all did not represent the NFC like y'all supposed to. We handed to y'all last year, and y'all fumbled the ball. God dog it. Yo, this been your boy EC22, the Fairway Fan Channel. Listen, y'all, stay tuned. I have been promising, and I have been promising it's definitely going to come up. I'm going to do something different with the NBA GOAT conversation, because what I originally wanted to go at is not working. So, and I don't have to repeat what I was trying to do, but the way I was trying to get it done is not working. So I'm gonna come up with something totally different. So now my timeline has been pushed back, but I will not have to restructure the timeline. Basically, I'm gonna do it myself, for the lack of a better word. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna have the GOAT conversation myself, and then we'll just go from there. But I'm gonna do it. I'm kind of trying to do it in a creative way. But though you know what time it is. Do you know what time it is, Max?
Yeah, I know what time it is.
It is time for another Fairweather Fan giveaway. Stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we're going to announce how you can get in on the Fairweather Fan giveaway. We're going to give the instruction out, and then from then on, let's look toward, let's say April, let's look towards the mid-April. Let's say April. Let me pull up my calendar.
Draft time, pretty much.
When is draft?
Towards the end of April.
NFL draft towards the end of April?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's make it official. Draft day. That's on a Thursday or Friday, right? Thursday, right? So draft day, before the draft or during the draft, we're going to do a Fairweather Fan giveaway. Wherever the draft is, I'm going to find that date. We're going to put it out there. I'm going to show you how to teach you show you what you need to do to win. But draft day, we're going to do a Fairweather Fan giveaway. There you have it. We're also going to be getting ready to do the NBA GOAT conversation. I'm going to do myself. You can catch that on YouTube and stuff like that, YouTube and Facebook. But yo, man, this has been the Fairweather Fan Channel, man. Thank you guys for tuning. Faith Talk Sports Radio, those you're watching this podcast, they will not have a show tonight. It's been postponed to next week. Coach was out there playing flag football and injured himself. So, sometimes you got to understand that he's old and he can't do what he used to do. No, salute to Coach. Get well soon, man. We definitely going to be missing you guys tonight. Lou, just keep us updated for next week. And y'all, man, I'm gonna let y'all run. I'm gonna give y'all the scoop. They had a show for y'all tonight. For those you're watching Faith Sports, we had a show for y'all tonight. I got the minutes, I got the conversations, and I had to do my podcast the way I did ours because they had some stuff going on. So we're going to postpone that to next week. But I'm telling you right now, what they had on their show tonight is only going to be better next week because there's going to be a lot more added to it. And Lou, you have to tell Coach we may have to extend that podcast next week because there's going to be a lot of stuff to get through combining this week and next week, unless you can do it sometime this week. No, Lou works on the weekend. So anyway, y'all, that's us for the Fairweather Fan Channel. Maxon already gave his last words. Or have you? What are your last words?
Not yet.
Give it to us.
Tell Coach, fly, Eagles, fly.
God, Doug. Lou, you get that to him. This is your boy EC22, the Fairweather Fan Channel, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in next Tuesday, same time. And we are out. Thank you. LL Coach knows. All right, Bucks.